Welcome to Knight Stadium here in beautiful Buena Vista, Virginia. The sky is a little bit overcast and cloudy, maybe 15% chance of rain, but it looks like it's going to hold off. I see Hilltop out there in the distance, so it's not too overcast. We have for you tonight an excellent opportunity to once again watch your Southern Virginia University Knights men's soccer team go up against the Shenandoah University Hornets. I am Scotty Winterton, and joining me in the broadcast booth today is my colleague and good friend, Adam Peterson. How you doing, Adam?
I'm doing great. It's good to be back here with you. It's been a while. Both had good summers, but we are excited to be back here at Knight Stadium again for this men's soccer matchup, and it should be a good one, Coach.
Yeah, we bring in the Knights, who are coming off a bit of a tough loss. Really solid game up till about 26 minutes left, and then proceeded to let in a few goals. Ended up in a 7-0 loss, which, of course, is not sitting well on the palates of the Knights team, the Knights coaching staff. However, in conversation with the staff this afternoon and a few of the Knights on the team, you know, that's a thing that you can just put behind you. And it's really nice when it's, sometimes, but, next day soccer, when you can get out back on the field right away and start playing, it means you got to flush the last game, win or loss. So they can push that one behind them. Coming in with a 2-game winning streak are the Hornets, and they had a shutout 2 games ago. They win 3-1 in their last game, so they're riding a bit of a wave. The Hornets, are in the Old Dominion Athletic Conference, and they were picked to finish 11th out of 12. They have not had a conference game yet, but they are 3-2, and they're showing promise.
Yeah, you made a good point, Coach, about flushing that loss from yesterday for the Knights, and they've had that opportunity quite a bit. They are playing their 6th game in 11 days today after, as you mentioned, back-to-back from yesterday. And that has kind of been the focus, as you mentioned, trusting in the process. Everyone is bought in to what the coaching staff is trying to do here, trusting that process, trying to get a little better each day. And I'm really excited for this one, this game, especially today, but moving forward throughout the whole season as well. Yeah,
definitely good to be with you again, Adam. And that quote, trust the process, is something that both you and I pick up on when you talk to the new Southern Virginia University Knights men's soccer team, Coach Pemberton. He comes in replacing Coach Dahl, who was overseeing the men's and women's soccer team last year, and the athletic director, Deidre Dryden, hired him on the recommendation of Coach Dahl. Coach Dahl thinks that this young staff has some real potential. He's excited. Coach Dahl still taking sort of a mentorship role in the soccer program, but this is definitely Coach Pemberton's team, and he's looking to put his stamp on it. Talking with him, the last 2 months for him, he said it's been an experience, right? This is his first head coaching job. And there's so much that goes into that when you're not the head coach, when everything rests on you, that switch, that burden, that weight that weighs on your back, it's something that you can't really replicate in any other way besides going through it. He's steeped in soccer. He played out in Payson, Utah. He went to Division I soccer team at Utah Valley University. Then he transferred to the semi-pro team at Brigham Young University. And then he went and played professional soccer in Australia. So, he's got a lot of soccer under his belt. And I think the team's really benefiting from the language, the culture, the style that he's trying to bring in, but that's a building process.
Yeah, and correct me if I'm wrong, Coach, but I believe still the all-time leading goal scorer at UVU, or in UVU history, to my understanding.
We'll double check that. That's what I hear. We'll double check it. If somebody out there wants to correct us, feel free. I made a mistake once in 1985, so it's been known to happen. I won't rule it out.
As the teams are getting on the field here, for this matchup.
In just a moment, we'll have the traditional two things that happen before every Southern Virginia University athletic event, and that's a prayer and the national anthem. Soccer is pretty unique in the way that they kind of handle this pregame ritual of walking on together, the refs in the middle, goalies, everybody's organized by number. It's nice and organized. It's like this is very UK, this is very European style of introductions. Just finished with the prayer, and now we'll move on to the national anthem. Oh, it looks like we're going to do introductions first. Got it backwards. I look down on the field there, Adam, and I see an excellent addition to the athletic department, Kiwi Giroux. He is coming from working with the social media and video program at the athletic department at Brigham Young University. An excellent addition to the staff here. He's already grown that staff by, a couple people helping him. I see his partner in crime, Matt Gowdy, over there taking pictures. If you had not had a chance to check out the Instagram accounts for all of the athletic teams, but especially those this fall, the men's and women's soccer team, football, you should get on and check those out, follow them. Give a shout out to Kiwi. And Matt, they're doing great work. The videography, the pictures, the videos, they're really, really good at that. And there's actually some pretty cool stuff that Matt Gowdy and his brother Greg did back in the day for the SVU lacrosse team. So we're really excited for the work that Kiwi's doing. Couple other notes about the new coaching staff, Coach Pemberton. He's married to Jenna, and she's pregnant with their third child, Arlo. We're glad that he's okay. He took a little trip to the hospital recently, but he's doing fine, and hopefully Jenna and Arlo and their oldest, Stanley, will be here today. So we got a quick note on the chat from Coach Pemberton's dad that he was not the leading scorer. Thank you, Steve, for correcting us. Like I said, it was once in 1985, so I was due for another one.
I think I did hear that stat from the players, so we will go ahead and blame that one on them. No, I'm not sure where I heard that from, but either way, leading goal scorer or not, he did score a lot of goals, and I even saw some of them that went viral. Good player.
Yes,
good player,
good
we
player.
can say that.
Good player.
And turning out to be a good coach so far from what we've seen.
For sure.
Going to be an outstanding coach moving forward.
Yeah. He kind of followed in the footsteps of his older brother, Burke. Calls him his inspiration. to kind of followed him into soccer, and it's led him to here. Beautiful family, awesome opportunity to take a budding and growing team to the next level. And it starts here tonight. Let's see if we can overcome the boogeyman of yesterday and move forward. And we're excited to have the Hornets here. The Hornets are a team that are looking to prove the polls wrong. Like I said, picked to finish 11th in the conference in the ODAC. Solid team. This is an issue, though, with in talking with their head coach. They Coach McDougall said that they're going to start 7 freshmen and 4 COVID sophomores. So that's a team that is really young. And, you know, when you look them over, they're pretty much a Virginia heavy team, but they do have a player from Hawaii. They got a couple players that have played on some high level Maryland club teams. So they've got a shot, I think, to build on what they've done so far. They're not too far from here, only about, an hour and a half drive, I think, from SVU. So glad to have them, and hopefully both teams can play their best, no injuries, and see if we can have some good soccer tonight.
And the Knights start this one off pressing up high, and it pays off as they force a bad pass to go out of bounds.
Yeah, the effort there from Hunter Westenskow, freshman, recently off his mission. Hunter's right now a biology major, went to Mexico and then forced to go to Spokane, Washington because of the COVID situation. His brother Hilton, a true freshman here. Little known fact outside of his hometown is that his brother Hilton is an excellent parkourist.
That must be why he's on the cheer team.
That is why he is on the cheer team. He's awesome to watch too. Mom and Dad are sure watching him out there and down there in Georgia. Went to Rigby High School, he and his brother.
As that ball goes off a Hornets player, and we'll have a throw in here for the Knights, who've come out with a lot of energy here in this first minute and a half of play.
The Knights really have, you've seen the improvement that we've seen a lot of has been out of the back line in terms of working together. Nice layoff there by Sean Curtis. The thing that's a little tough right now is a couple starters that are out that they're going to miss. One that has really done a lot of work for the Knights in being kind of like that warm blanket for the goalie was Sam Mello, and he's got an ankle injury. He'll be back fairly soon, but that was a tough loss in the last couple games for the Knights. Sam did so much to cover up. He was like the spackling. You know, when you're putting up drywall and you make a mistake, that spackling covers everything. Nobody ever knows once you paint it. And that was him. He was a do-all guy on the back line. And so now there's others that are getting a chance to play, but it's going to be good to get him back.
Yeah, just a really intelligent player. Picks his moments. He likes putting the ball in the back of the net, and he does it so well, but really understand what this team needs and did his part as we have a chance here for the Hornets, and no foul called there.
Yeah, I'm sure the sideline over there was thinking for the Hornets they might have wanted some there, but Caleb Ewell did a great job of staying with that dribble as they came across the front of that. That was Connor Robles from Reston, Virginia. Probably a really great player from South Lakes High School, since that is my alma mater, by the way. So probably the best, maybe not the best player in the field, but certainly the most good looking because he went to South Lakes High School. Calum looking to get a physical play there. Calum's wife, Natalie, a lacrosse player. Whoa, that's a nice diagonal pass in.
What a save.
Great save by Spencer Young. That diving run was really well timed. stayed on side.
Yeah, and early on, we're already seeing a couple times where the Knights have gotten beaten down the pitch quickly, and that's what the Hornets are looking to do. Kind of stay back, but when they cause a turnover, they're breaking very quickly, and especially with the players that they have up front, Nathan, Jared, I believe that's how you pronounce his name. We do not have a pronunciation guide today, so we apologize for those families watching at home if we do mispronounce some names. But he is definitely a player to watch for the Hornets with 4 goals and 1 assist in the 5 games played for the Hornets.
I think Nicholas Vavra from Arlington would want that. He was the one that made that dive, and with great timing. I think he'd probably want that shot back if he had it do over again. But Spencer Young coming out, cutting off the angle. That was an incredible play. He's done a great job. He's had to save a lot of balls in the last couple games with Sam out. I mean, it's these runs down the side that Sam really was able to hang with the speed. He's got great speed. So we'll be a little more defense by committee on this. The Knights are running 2 deep backs. But what they try to do is push those outside backs forward and see if they can get more of a kind of a 5-man line in the midfield, while the single up top pushes hard. The single forward. Right now it's Weston Scow.
Yeah, and it does help when you have those left and right backs like Callum Mule, as you mentioned. A lot of speed on the wings, and there was almost a good pass in behind. Great job there.
We got an offside call. Just 5 yards or so outside the 18.
Yeah, that was Warren Moses that cut that pass out. And he'll now take the free kick for the Knights as well. Dangerous pass.
Errant pass, yeah. That feed into number 7, Nathan Yard. Just a little off. Nathan Yard looking to cause some havoc up there. Nice one touch. Little give and go wall pass. Nice looking to create something in the middle. Weston Scout keeps fighting for that ball. This is the stuff that I think has been, that's a great slot pass. Number 2, Chris Chaplin forced to kick that ball to the wing. It stays in bounds, and attack keeps going for the Knights. Good recovery by the Hornets, and now they look to counterattack. Excellent ball down the wing with Connor Robles going one-on-one against Calum. Yule. Very dangerous. Excellent defense there. That's great shielding by Warren Moses, the freshman from Orem, Utah. Shielding off the Hornet attacker. Very smart play by the young man.
Yeah, and you made a good point there, Coach. That's going to be a nice battle here between the 16s. 16 for the Knights, Callum Mule, and 16 for the Hornets, Connor Robles, here on this near side wing. That's definitely going to be something to watch moving forward. Just in the 7.5 minutes that we've played so far, that's been a fun matchup to watch.
Oh, nice through ball right there. Cleaned up by Warren Moses. This battle that you mentioned, great heel pass.
Good job by Sean coming all the way back to deal with that one.
That is great. Sean Curtis leads the Knights with 13 shots, nearly double than all but one other player on the team. Seeing him get back and work on the defensive end is great, and now he's pushing up on this left wing. He's a player that likes to get forward as a midfielder, but he does a great job helping out in defense. The Knights really want to shorten the field from top to bottom. You'll see the wing right now. Both outside backs are pushed way forward, and they're trying to put as many attackers into the final third as they can. Exactly what they want to have happen here. Get the early corner. headed out of bounds safely by Chris Chaplin.
Yeah, and I think he was frustrated with himself there. He had an opportunity to head that to his teammate, and I think that's what he was trying to do, and just mistimed there with the header. I'll tell you what, though, he did get up there.
Yeah, he's got some hops.
He jumped pretty high.
Knights with putting everybody in the 6, and then they throw the ball up to the top of the 18. And a shot almost got through everybody by Chris Reeves. And it wasn't a lot on it, but it was a seeing eyeball. Went through about 4 feet before the goalie was able to pick it up.
Yeah, and it looked like it definitely took a deflection. And if it didn't, it looked like it was heading right to that far pipe. Might have gone in.
Dylan Johnson did a good job to smother that ball and get it downfield. Now on the counterattack are the Hornets. The Knights do a good job of getting numbers back. Teams call them both ways, but the referees see fit to say it's white ball.
Yeah, good job there by Tanner Gonder coming back in defense, and also forces the ball to go off the Hornets player out of bounds, give his team a throw-in. And it doesn't look like this game's going to slow down anytime soon, Coach. It's been up and down, and Knights already in attack mode here.
That was a great ball from Chris Reeves up to Calum to get that ball across to Curtis. He centers it to Peyton Simmons. Tried to get a left foot on it there, not quite. Peyton, one of 2 brothers on the team. Also number 5, his brother. So Peyton Simmons is number 5, and number 22 is. Oh wait, I mixed that up. Sorry. Cole Simmons, sorry, number 11, Cole Simmons is the other one. Number 5, Payson Simmons. This is Payson Webster, number 22. And I know Payson actually very well. His wife is watching. Morgan, sorry, Morgan. Apologize for that. I do know your husband. I've actually enjoyed the play of Payson Webster this year. They've been able, with the addition of some of the fullbacks like Sam Mello and others, they've been able to push him a little more forward. Great battle going on here by number 7, Nathan Yard, and the Knights right back, number 4, Warren Moses. Good battle between those two.
Yeah, good hustle there by Warren to try to keep that ball in play. Just unable to reach it, and ball's out for a corner here for the Hornets. First one of the day.
So this corner coming in, 2 outside the box for the Hornets, and then they're packing inside just in front of the goalie, Spencer Young. Ball, that is probably not what Coach McDougall wanted out of that first corner, but Knights will take it and look to advance the ball up. The Knights are running kind of a 4-5-1 up where they really look to push the 2 outside midfielders and the 2 outside backs up quickly. Where you'll end up having Curtis and Weston Scow and whoever's going to be on the right outside will push forward too.
Yeah, I think that's Tanner Gonder.
Yeah. They'll push up high. So you're probably going to call it somebody's asking, where do they run? And I think that the way the Knights push up so quickly in attack and what they just leave 2 back, it really is got to be considered more of a 4-5-1 that really forms quickly into 3 forwards. So it's certainly not a 4-4-2.
Yeah, I think you're right, Coach. It's a
3-4-3. I don't know what we would call this, but it's very. What Coach wants to have happen is, when we were talking, he really enjoys watching the play of like Man City in terms of kind of that aggressive, get your wings involved. And what that really requires are outside backs and midfielders that are willing to push up and become forwards and become midfielders.
Speaking of Man City, Coach, had a good day today for them, winning 6-3 in the Champions League. Man City fan myself, so paid attention to that one.
I enjoyed watching the Man City. I enjoy watching the Man City. What was it? I think it was on Prime. The All or Nothing. It was awesome. Learned a lot about soccer from that. And I think you're right. We just saw a minute ago this 16-on-16 battle with Callum Ewell and Connor Robles going at each other. That's going to be some good soccer. And the Hornets are definitely playing a 4-4-2 with kind of a false 9. They're letting number 28 roam around left to right underneath Yard Robles, 28 being Nicholas Vavra. He kind of gets freedom to go wherever he wants underneath that high forward.
Yeah, and just as we saw earlier, as you mentioned, Coach had a good run in behind. I think that's where he operates best, just right below Nathan Yared. And those two together, that's tough to handle for the Knights defense. Just had a couple chances so far, and the one great save by Spencer Young. And he might be required to make some more of those saves tonight with those two in attack for the Hornets.
Yeah, definitely. They look like they work really well together, like to play off of each other. Yared, the COVID sophomore, as kind of they're being called, these players that played as freshmen in the COVID year, that everybody gets that year back. So really, he's a freshman in terms of eligibility. In the Division III world, those opportunities are interesting because all these players are paying for their own college in terms of lack of athletic scholarships. Now there are need-based scholarships and academic scholarships and grants and those kinds of things that are available, but this isn't a Division I full ride. And so if you're staying, that's something that you got to take into account, the financial portion of that. Nice pressure there by Curtis. Ball, though, well handled by Dylan Johnson. That was tough.
Showed a lot of composure there.
Yeah. Overlap run here by Calum. And the ball goes out of bounds. He kind of shook his head at that. Think he wanted to do more with that ball.
Knights definitely having more possession, unable to get great scoring chances so far. Really, only scoring chance coming from the Hornets, and that's a bad pass there by Warren Moses. Turns the ball over.
Diagonal pass all the way across the field. Number 16 looked to do something with it. Connor Robles.
And Callum does a great job there, winning that one-on-one this time here on the near side of the field, able to recover and send that ball out of bounds.
Yeah, I did a great job letting it, playing defense so the ball didn't go to a corner. And Chris Reeves there battling, gets that ball upfield, but kept in really nicely by number 19, Nicholas McCotney.
Did a good job there. Tried to go across the end line.
I think we'll go with Moncati.
Moncati.
For Nicholas, number 19.
Moncati, yes.
Your parents are watching. We apologize. That's a tough name. I like it when they give us those pronunciation guides.
This time a little different here from the corner on the near side. Only one player right by Spencer Young in goal, the rest outside. Able to get ahead there.
Yeah, looked like Logan Whitehead did a good job getting up and getting that ball down. He redirected it really well, just not a lot of pace on it. Spenny able to gather that ball. Callum playing on the offensive end this time. Oh, nice thought they had it. Referee disagrees.
I think that was a good call by the ref, and he was in a good spot to see that one. Callum tried to pick that one up quickly and act like it didn't touch him, but good job there by the referee. A little bit of miscommunication there, unfortunately, for the Hornets. That one goes out of bounds and right back to the Knights there.
That one was, you don't see that very often in soccer where the ball can roll like, I don't know, was that 40 yards and just roll out of bounds to a side? You saw Yard there grab his head when he looked up. It's a great run coming through by Jason Acosta.
And that's the kind of stuff you'll see in the beginning of the season. This is just the 6th game for both of these teams, is just that communication between teammates is so key. And at the beginning of the season, you're still trying to figure out where is your teammate going to be on the pitch when you are not able to see them, and just knowing where they are. And especially with such a young team, as you mentioned, for the Hornets coach, that's going to be tough at first, but moving forward, something that they'll be able to do well.
Yeah, I agree. When you're, and it's you got to probably count them as 10 freshmen, maybe 11. When you look at those shortened seasons from this last spring, nobody really got to do much in the fall at all, and then all of a sudden you're getting this spring. Hey, we can have a season, but players being out for COVID, with the COVID testing, contact tracing, and now you're quarantined because your friend's dog's brother's fish might have tested positive, and then you're sitting out for 2 weeks. So that was last semester, and it was difficult. So this is really a lot of freshmen on the playing on the pitch for the Hornets.
This free kick set to be taken by Jaron Robledo. Sends that one in.
Just a little high. Those are good opportunities on those diagonal balls. Just you got to put it in a place across the front of the 6 for his teammates to do something with it.
We'll have some substitutions come in for the Knights.
We got Ammon Lewis coming in on the wing.
Yeah, he'll push Sean Curtis up to center forward. He'll play here on this near side wing.
Ammon's a really nice, quick player. Good experience.
Great touch there.
Great touch by Curtis. Over to Payson, and Payson Webster tries to put the ball in off that one touch and volley. Just not quite able to get that right foot up and over the top to put some pace on it. It was a good try, really good try.
Yeah, great control. Able to get that half volley off. As you mentioned, not a ton of pace on it, but good shot nonetheless.
We also had Cole Simmons. I hear he's the brother of Payson Simmons. Is that correct?
That is correct.
Okay.
And it looks like he's going to be playing on that far wing. And then Josh Dubinsky coming in the midfield, looking like he's going to play alongside Payson Webster. Alec Robertson is also going to come in for the Knights. Going to take over that holding midfield spot for Chris Reeves. And here's a great opportunity for the Knights. Sean Curtis takes a shot.
Great defense in front of him.
Good job there.
Seth Weeks puts that ball up, one of 4 married players on the team. Ball goes out of bounds, and looks like it's going to be called for... we had a whistle and a play on from the referee. Curtis is a lot of fun to watch up top. The Knights really have some fun, young forwards. Beginning of the season, first couple games, Thomas McPoyle was up there, number 2, and he's out for the season with an injury, a knee injury. Is a really tough loss. Yard again, pushing that ball forward. It looks like they're going to call it a goal kick for the Knights. Yeah,
Great job there by Warren Moses.
yeah, he's done a great job, that young guy. McPoyle losing him, he was a real jitterbug up top. Played a lot of the same kind of just chasing things down like we saw at Weston Scow. He's here with two brothers, the Victory brothers, Brandon and Jalen Victory, who are actually one of 3 siblings at SVU. Their sister, Whitney Victory, is a standout. A great touch into number 30, and he just puts it over. That was Josh Dubinsky. A great touch as he made that stabbing run right up the middle, just putting over the top of the goalie, Dylan Johnson, who was coming out to take away the angle.
Yeah, Cole was trying to reward him for his hard work there. Dubinsky picks off the pass, finds his teammate Cole Simmons, who just flicks it right over the defender. Beautiful ball in behind, and Dubinsky just unable to keep it under the bar.
The Knights have had probably the 2 best chances thus far, but tied with that one where they had the run from Nicholas Vavra. So those 3 have been that and these 2 shots by the Knights recently. Pace is great pace, good fun soccer to watch.
Yeah, been a great game so far, and the Knights have really stepped it up after I mentioned that they haven't had any scoring opportunities, and they gave us 2 scoring opportunities really back-to-back, and really continuing to dominate possession over the last 10, 15 minutes.
This is good wing play by the Hornets. Yard looking to do something with his teammates down there. But the Knights, Callum there, they're just shutting that down hard.
And you can start to sense some frustration there from Nathan Yard up front. Good battle here. Ammon Lewis, great job. Keep possession there.
Yeah, I love the pace that Ammon plays with. Pace and getting forward here. Webster looking for that slot run by Ammon, and he looked to come across off that slot run. Just missed Cole Simmons. Not sure if that was quite there, but that was a good look. He also could have gone outside.
Good cover there.
Yeah, great defense there.
Seth Weeks,
a junior from Farmington, Utah. One of the taller players on the team. 6'1". Not a hefty 6'1", but he's working. He's been in the weight room. He's getting stronger. Definitely bigger than he was when he first got here. That's great pressure by the Knights to push that ball up, get themselves a throw in. Although the Hornets have not been beat down the field. They got good pace, but the Knights' passing has really created good opportunities for them.
Yeah, especially over the last 15 minutes or so, really able to connect on some passes and get those through balls in behind and just letting the forwards go to work. And we have some great ones with a lot of pace.
I've been impressed with this back line finding the midfielders and able to connect through the middle third of the pitch.
Yeah, I agree. And that's something over the past 3-4 years since we've been watching soccer here, that's just been a real problem. That hold-up play through the midfield has been tough,
Right.
and definitely improved, as you said, Coach.
Yeah, and that's been a focus for Coach Pemberton to take a look at the back line and using Spencer Young, really allowing them to connect together. And you see it. It's, when they're in this offensive set, you see them with 2 back, pushing some width upfield from the backs, and it's making more opportunities that they're outmanning teams in the midfield. But you have to be able to recover from that if you turn it over. So turnovers in your own third of the field, in the defensive third, are killers in this kind of organization, right? So you have to be precise. They have to know what they're doing. Coach is creating a culture of language where they can communicate better. It's going to take some time to get there. But the technical skills, if they're in the right place, one of these, thinks is really important is if you get to the right place off the ball, you're going to have more time and more success and be able to. You don't have to be so technically sound, even though you still need that. But if you're in a good spot, you have a moment more. If you've worked hard off the ball, if you do your homework early, you're going to have more time when that ball comes to you to make decisions and to do things with the ball. And that's something he's really pushing for his players. It looks like there could have been a hand call there on Warren Moses. Ball going back to Spencer Young here. Good player with his feet. Not always the case with goalies. Just a little high for Callum there. Good look, pushing that left back up the field. And if Callum could control that, that's where they're getting their push forward. When they get past this up top two of the Hornets, they're able to, because of the numbers, they're able to kind of overpower in the middle third of the field.
Yeah, especially here on that near side, using Callum along with Sean Curtis there about for the first half of the first half, and then now Ammon Lewis coming in about 5 minutes ago.
That was really great play from the Hornets. 32 there. That is 32. He's actually normally that's number 11, Matt Buckler, but there was a jersey problem, so 32 is now Matt Buckler. Mom, if you're out there watching, that's your son. Great heel pass, and then they switched the field and got a great shot coming back on that horizontal move, and now they've created a corner chance.
Yeah, third corner of the game for the Hornets. This time trying to go near post, unable to make anything of it. That ball cleared there by Seth Weeks.
Yara looking to take on two defenders, brings the ball horizontal and gets a nice shot off, curved right into Spencer Young's chest.
Yeah, didn't start it out far to the far post as much as he wanted, but for that being his weaker foot, I believe, Coach, so far from what we've seen, got a lot of pace on it.
Yeah. Jason Acosta looks like he's moved up to that point position as a forward, and Yard's moved off to the right wing as a midfielder. Still in the 4-4-2 setup, though. Nice spin move by Curtis, looking to do a little Maradona inside that and didn't quite pull it off, but the ball went out of bounds, and the Knights throw in. This is where, in this set, that ball went out of bounds, which was really good for the Knights. It's those moments where they really got to get the far back, getting back in defense, because they're really pushing them up. And if you don't get that far back, you're going to have the back post wide open with runners. It'll be interesting to see if the Hornets counter this by bringing another forward up and really trying to counter and put three, and that ball goes to Spencer as you had a kind of a 3-on-3 in the corner over here. No runners.
Yeah, they're almost like wing backs, the right and left back, which is great when you're playing three at the back, but when you only have two at the back, even with that holding midfielder, if he's trying to push forward, that's when the Knights get in trouble, like you were just saying, Coach.
Yeah, Alec Robertson did a great job getting forward there, creating some good triangle passing. And he looks maybe a bit ambitious on that pass to Ammon Lewis. Ammon not really ready for it, not coming in, closing the distance on that. Curtis looking to be fly in the ointment of the progress here, but this is a good transition. Great through ball. Spenny comes out to play the ball. That's been some of their best offense there, is looking for that diving run from the forward, either one of them. In that case, it was a diving run being made by Jason Acosta. But we've seen the same thing out of Nicholas Favre. Yared now. They're going to call. Look like I thought maybe he just kind of went in a little strong and ran over Seth Weeks, but they're going to call Seth for the foul.
Yeah, might have gotten lucky on that one. Didn't look like he had a lot of control on his touch there, but either way, given the benefit of the doubt to the forward, and it will be a free kick in a dangerous position here.
Definitely a dangerous
for the Hornets.
Cesar Orellana going to take this for the Hornets.
Yeah, we really haven't seen any great balls in from any free kick from either team here, so we'll see if the Hornets can do that.
Not a lot of danger on that free ball. The Knights defended it well. Ball goes out of bounds, and you'll have the Hornets with the throw-in. A sub now. They're bringing out the very active Nicholas Favre. And replacing him is number 12, Christopher Wood, sophomore out of Woodbridge, Virginia. Went to Woodbridge High School. Team I played in lacrosse every now and then. Nice wall passes there. A little 1-2 action from the Hornets. A turnover, miscommunication there, and you had Josh Dubinsky had a chance maybe to put the ball wide, looked for the run from Curtis, wasn't quite able to connect it. Pace and Webster putting a lot of pressure in the midfield. Same with Dubinsky.
Yeah, it's just as we were mentioning before, knowing the tendencies and what your teammate wants to do. Dubinsky thought Curtis was going to make that dive inside the defender, and he elected to go far side, outside to the wing, and just that slight misunderstanding erases a scoring opportunity for the Knights.
That was a nice little chance. Dubinsky trying to get the connection with Simmons, and they also had the overlapping run coming from the wing, and just didn't work out. And then the Hornets pushed it real hard in transition, looking for a quick attack from Matthew Allen. Matthew Allen out of Vienna, Virginia. Not able to make any real danger with that, but able to get that to the middle of the field, and looked like that was going to be some dangerous play for the Hornets.
Yeah, and that's a scary thing, Coach. Over the past 5 minutes, is the Hornets really have been able to get into dangerous positions.
Great overlap there from Warren Moses, coming up from his back line.
And put a good ball in the middle, just no Knight able to get on the end of it. Finally ball makes the way into the hands of the goalkeeper for the Hornets. And we'll get a little break in the action as he sends his team forward.
Good leg. Great leg out of their goalie, Dylan Johnson. Here's the forward, number 18, Jason Acosta, pushing that ball to the wing. Nice defense by Moses. Looked like the number 12, Christopher Wood, had an opportunity coming up from the midfield to make something of that, and Moses shut that down, but it does result in a corner kick for the Hornets. The Hornets now subbing in 4 players, 7 minutes left in the game, in the half rather, bringing in 4 players. Number 17, number 10, number 13, and number 8, all coming in fresh for the Hornets.
Yeah, and they're sending a lot of players forward for this corner here. And again, back to the tactic of just crowding the goalkeeper. Just unable to get it over that first defender for the Knights.
Yeah, driven hard and low. Nice play from Cole Simmons. Knights pushing forward now. Bodie Rogers on the field now for the Knights. Big, strong player, 6'2", 185 out of Thatcher, Arizona. Went to Thatcher High School. And you'll see that from the Knights when you look down the roster. Missouri, Buena Vista, Virginia, a local kid, Mapleton, Utah, Georgia, California, a couple of more Utah kids, a kid from Delta Junction, Alaska, Kai Elkins, Houston, Texas, Winthrop, Washington, Dover, Delaware, Thatcher, Arizona. It's a lot of fun. These kids come from all over the country. It's not just this is what you see from every team, all 26 teams in the athletic department and the cheer team as well. Alec Robertson now looking to find his wing. Maybe a little ambitious again. We've seen that a couple times out of Dubinsky, where he's looked up to the middle. He's just not quite finding making connections with the Knights. He's looking for them to make those runs in the middle, diagonal runs. Like you said, maybe he wants his teammate to come across the face of his defender, and the timing's off there a little bit with Josh. Nice hesitation there. Alec Robertson, that's a nice ball from Dubinsky, laying off to the wing. Little overlap now, see what he can do with the middle. Nice outside foot pass to Lewis. Lewis looking for the slot run. Couldn't quite connect there with Bodie Rogers.
Great idea. Could see what he was trying to do there, Eamon Lewis. And had the right amount of pace on the pass, too. Just, again, that little bit of misunderstanding. Going to be offsides there, Bodie Rogers on the long ball.
Yep, flag's up. That's going to call it. Sees the flag after 3 or 4 seconds of play. Well, 4.5 minutes left. Score 0-0. Couple good chances. Been some good soccer. Let's see which teams. The Hornets have probably the fresher players in terms of substitutes. They've had more substitutes come in than the Knights. Number 6 for the Hornets, getting up really high there. Maynard Menendez. It's one of those COVID sophomores out of Woodbridge, Virginia.
Great job there by Dubinsky, using his body, getting his body in between the ball and the defender, able to keep control of possession for the Knights.
Yeah, I like Dubinsky. You know, he's an active player. He wants to make things happen. Big, tall kid, 6'3", 185. He's a junior. You know, he'll have an extra year just like everybody else. So I think he's got a great chance to be, a really solid contributor for this team with his athleticism.
Yeah, great athlete and really had to kind of play all over the pitch. Last year, basically played center back the whole year last year, and now more in a midfield role, which talking to him before the season is what he was kind of hoping for. And so, like you said, expecting big things moving forward from him as he kind of settles into that new role.
Really nice turn there from number 11, Cole Simmons, kind of playing off of Curtis, and the two of them not able to create. I mean, it was a good handle, good touch. We just a little bit of miscommunication there. They did get the corner kick out of it, though.
Yeah, good job by assistant referee on the far side, being in perfect position, able to see that ball went out of bounds just before goalkeeper for the Hornets sent that one deep.
The Hornets have brought every player back for this corner kick. They're putting 11, putting all 11 players in the 18. The Knights have a close player. They just put it across the top of the 6. Harmlessly over the top, though. It looked like Eamon Lewis might have had a shot at it.
That's one of those players that you want to have in a scoring position, and he almost got on the end of that one.
Yeah, barely over his head. And then some good wing play to be aggressive on that wing and win the ball back for the Hornets. Warren Moses down for a moment, but hops back up. Yeah, that play from number 8 for the Hornets, Braden Gallant, a junior out of New Hampshire, Manchester, New Hampshire. It was really good. In that corner, the Knights had so many players forward. He was able to take a one-on-one battle with the Knights in the corner there and win that and get that ball pushed forward. 1 minute left in the half. Spencer Young looks to find Caleb. Excellent pass. Caleb looked to connect with Curtis. Curtis coming across the middle. Good tackle there by the Hornets, but excellent pass to Ammon Lewis. Ammon with a great shot and a better save. It was right at the chest of Dylan Johnson, but it had so much pace on it, he couldn't control the rebound. And the Knights thought they might have another opportunity off that rebound. Yeah,
that was actually Josh Dubinsky taking that shot. Ammon made that run in behind, and there was those two options, and Dubinsky elected to take the shot, and as you mentioned, got a lot of pace on it, just right at the keeper. And the Knights are looking to make one more attack here with 10 seconds remaining, and they're going to have a shot here with Curtis. Still has the ball in the box, and he goes down.
Nice shot off the volley from Callum. Well, that was exciting.
Yeah, we had a very exciting first half of play here and an even more exciting last 30 seconds here as we go into halftime. Score knotted up at 0 between the Hornets and the Knights.
Yeah, that was really that shot by Dubinsky. And, he got that off about 5-8 yards outside the 18 and put a lot of pace on it without much swing. And you were right. I mean, this kid's an athlete. If he can get on the same page with his teammates, I mean, he wants to play aggressive. Maybe a little bit more over the top than Coach is probably looking for. I know that Coach Pemberton wants aggressive play. You see it with the formation that they run. But he also wants control. A Barcelona style with a Man City kind of formation, right? Kind of bringing those two tactics in where you want control with the ball, but you're going to do it with numbers and be aggressive with your formation. Dubinsky is, a player that clearly wants to attack with the ball and push it forward. You want those kind of players on your team. But as it is, it's a 0-0 tie here in Buena Vista, Virginia at Knight Stadium. Look out across the stadium here. We've got lots of fans. Shenandoah not being too far away. We got a few Shenandoah fans. If you have a desire to come out and see this beautiful, scenic Blue Ridge Mountain area of the country, we'd love to have you. Come watch a game. Come drive the Skyline Drive. Visit Washington, D.C., go to Williamsburg, Virginia. This is the cradle of the American civilization, Adam, and we invite all of our parents and Knight Nation out there to come join us. We're going to take a break for about 7 or 8 minutes, and then we'll come back on. We'll talk through some of the stats, things that we see going forward. Welcome back to Knights Stadium, this excellent contest between the Southern Virginia University Knights and the Shenandoah University Hornets. We're at a 0-0 tie with about 2.5 minutes left before we start up the second half. Adam, let's take a look at the stats for the first half and see if there's anything here that stands out to you, things that we can talk about for what we expect out of this next half. Anything in particular stand out to you?
Yeah, pretty even. One big thing is the saves. Spencer Young with 4 saves, one really key one. The other 3 were shots taken outside of the box that were pretty easy ones for him. But one key save, whereas the Hornets with only 1 save, but also another key one. And I think you might have had
I think he had one or two more.
Yeah, at least one more.
Yeah, I think they're off on that on the stats.
But great play from both keepers in goal for both teams, really keeping this tied at 0 where there could have been a couple goals on the board for each team.
Yeah, I thought that both teams did a really good job on the corners and the set plays defensively. You know, they really didn't give many opportunities off the set plays, and I feel like if either team can generate a set play rhythm where they can get some good chances off set plays, you know, neither team's really shown that propensity yet. The diving plays from the 2 forwards of the counterattacking plays of the Hornets, I think, are things that we really got to watch for. Those were where the most dangerous plays were coming for the Hornets, and if they can counter on that 2-back line with the wing backs for the Knights push forward, they're going to have opportunities. The Knights, in contrast, are trying to create offense, or their best offensive chances were really from creating more numbers and creating opportunities through being outnumbering the Hornets in the midfield, and then looking to push midfielders forward and create number chances. And these are two, pretty contrasting styles of offense and defense. The Hornets are leaving most of the time their back line back. They're having 4 back there, and the Knights are trying to get more numbers up front, and it's working through the midfield because the Hornets are having that 4-man back line kind of pretty stationary and holding back. But the Knights were able to get off some good outside shots and looking for some good diving plays off of the build-up. And it'll be interesting to see if either one of these styles can get the better of the other.
Yeah, as you're mentioning, Coach, it's really just that play in the final third for the Knights that's going to be key in the second half if they're going to want to take home a victory. And just one more thing to point out before we get the second half started. Really clean game. Not very many fouls here. Just a clean game. Been a fun one to watch through the first half, and we're excited here for this second half as we get the ball rolling.
Yep, Knights are leaving Dubinsky and Ammon Lewis in as starters for the second half, which I think is good play. I think Lewis and Dubinsky really created some of the more dangerous opportunities for the Knights through the last part of that second half, or the last part of that first half.
Yeah, Cole Simmons also out there with Weston Sco coming back in. Sean Curtis still in there, but dropping a little further back, looking like he's going to be more of a center attacking mid rather than that center forward. Probably something similar to what we see between Yared and Vavra for the Hornets, just playing off each other.
Right. And that's, Yared's back on that right-hand side, so now maybe it's, the way they finished out that half, having Jason Acosta playing that high point of the spear on their offense. That three-man attack between Vavra and Yared and Acosta is pretty potent. I mean, they created some good opportunities with those three.
And all very different. Acosta's the pace man, a lot of speed, gonna beat you around the edge. Vavra, not the quickest player, but puts the ball right where he wants it every time, looking to find his teammates forward, and intelligent runs, timing his runs perfectly from the three runs we've seen him making in behind the Knights defense.
And I thought Yared was really good at the point. In fact, I thought he was a little better at the point than he played on the wing in terms of working, creating opportunities for his teammates.
Yeah, I think he was getting a little frustrated there through that little spell where the Knights had complete possession and really the only chances. Probably something he's not very used to, just not being able to control the game with the type of forward that he is and wants to be. And that might be part of the reason why he dropped a little bit to that wing, kind of take over the game.
Yeah. Curtis there with a really cool opportunity, put the ball forward, got pulled down as he kicked it forward, and the Knights get their first set play of the second half. We'll have Cole Simmons, the sophomore from Winthrop, Washington.
First time we've seen Cole take a set piece here. See if he can put a dangerous ball in.
Nice ball to the top of the six. Ammon Lewis gets up on that ball, doesn't quite able to get it over the top of the defense. And we see number 25, Matthew Allen, push the ball forward. But Moses kind of cleans that thing up. Warren Moses, interesting fact. So his mother is the sister of Coach Dahl. And his middle name, Dean, is after his mother, Deanna. And Rob Dahl is named after his mother, Roberta. So some family trend. You don't see very often sons being named after their mothers, but cool little Dahl family lore. Here we go. Way to push that ball forward with Simmons, and the wing play here from Callum Ewell.
Yeah.
I really like the way he wants to get forward.
Got a little fortunate there, ball pinballing around between a few players, but ends up in his path and able to make a good drive down that far sideline. Ball goes out of bounds, and it's going to be a corner for the Knights.
Good effort. Put high here to Curtis, and he brings it back. Horizontal dribble, gets the shot off. Nice shot. Goes about 5-6 yards over the goal, but you'll take that opportunity at the top of the 18 all day long. Set piece we haven't seen out of the Knights before in this game. I like that, getting the ball to Curtis. Curtis is really playing one of the most aggressive offensive players, great freshman out of Springville, Utah.
Yeah, that's a good point, Coach. We've seen him put that ball low to the center of the box, but this one just a little short corner to the corner edge of the box there, and letting Curtis go to work. And as you mentioned, good shot. Just can't quite keep his upper body down to keep over the ball.
Dubinsky playing some physical play. Ball goes out of bounds, and they're going to call a trip on number 25 on the Hornets. That's Matthew Allen. Curtis as a child, he had a battle with kidney disease that took him out of soccer for about a year and a half, something he was able to battle through, but he's no stranger to adversity. Knights are lucky to have him out here. His mom, Tamara, dad, Lance, out there in Springville, Utah. He's got 4 older sisters, all married, some nephews and whatnot, but he's got an older brother serving in Zimbabwe, Africa, on a mission right now.
There's going to be a foul there called on Weston Scow. Unfortunate there for the Knights. There's definitely a missed call by the ref on a handball.
Yeah, I thought so too.
Here on this near side.
Nice job by Warren clearing that ball out. Control of it up to Weston Scow. Gets pushed from behind. Fighting through 2 Hornet defenders and tried to get Curtis on that run. Curtis does a great job. Knights have numbers. They can do something with this. Lewis looking to do a 1-2 and not able to connect with Curtis. Weston Scow, that kind of tough play, that'll make James, his dad, happy. Love to see that kind of fight out of your forward.
Yeah, really, can kind of describe all of the forwards. Is just gritty. They all get after it and really aren't afraid to take on anyone. Quick, flying all over the pitch, pressing hard. Really been impressed with all the forwards.
I agree. I like the pace that they play with. I think they're young. Technique needs to be improved in terms of, maybe be able to take on players one-on-one. Little footwork that can improve, but the heart and the pace that they play with, Coach Pemberton's definitely got to be happy with that. Nice ball. Looking to push that ball to the wing. There's Matthew Allen. Comes back across and looks for that top right corner, and it was close. That was a great shot by Allen. Really nice find by Jason Acosta. Smart play.
Yeah, Robledo gave him just a little bit of space there and almost capitalized there for the Hornets. Now Robledo plays in a good ball behind, caught in the feet of the Hornets defender.
That was an ambitious play that almost turned into something real nice from the efforts of Weston Scow. Robledo taking a page out of the Dubinsky playbook and pushing that ball forward. Robledo's a senior out of Albuquerque, New Mexico. A COVID senior, meaning he'll probably have another year left if he wants to take it. Dylan Johnson looking to put this ball forward on the goal kick. He's not the tallest of goalkeepers. He's only 5'10", 170, but he's got a pretty good leg. He's able to put that ball forward a lot with the punts and his goal kicks, generate offense for the Hornets.
As Moses sends that one out of bounds. And Robledo will do the same there.
Anything you can do, I can do better. You use your foot, I'll use my head. No rain in the forecast now. It looks like everything's going to stay dry for the Knights and the Hornets. Gorgeous night out there for soccer. Good header there from Seth Weeks to clear that ball out up to Dubinsky. Nice turn on that physical play. Cole Simmons is a real strong player. I love him as a Sophomore, 6 foot. He plays physical. Little ping pong head action here as Curtis tries to get control of it. That was a nice takedown from Logan Whited.
There's going to be a foul there by Ewell on the far side of the field.
Yeah, Yared can put some good pressure on. Yared's suggesting there might have been an elbow involved. Maybe he wants a yellow card out of it. Nothing coming card-wise, yellow or otherwise.
Yeah, Ewell realized that he was going to get beat off that nice touch by Yared, and smart tactical foul there.
If you're a fan of the white team, you're like, yeah, that's the physical play you want. If you're cheering for the blue, you might have wanted a little more from that. Dubinsky putting the ball forward up to Westenskow, gets a little head on it and turns, not able to get the ball to the wing. He wanted to get the ball over there to Simmons and just wasn't able to do it. This time the battle between Dubinsky and the Hornets midfielder rather, ends up in a call for the Hornets. Hornets looking to play that ball quickly, and the refs saying that was 3 yards too far forward. Bring it back. Let's do it over again.
Yeah, and we see the coaching staff on the sideline for the Knights complaining about that one, which I can agree with. It looked like Dubinsky was being pulled down from the back. He just got his body in between ball and the man, which then the Hornet defender just kind of pulled him down, at least what it looked like from up here. Obviously, the ref has a better angle and view than we do up here in the box. But
again, Dubinsky looking to get a quick ball forward to Amon Lewis, just not quite on the same page. Dubinsky's playing a little bit different game than the rest of the Knights right now, and I like what he's thinking. We just, they got to figure out, are we going to play those opportunities forward, or are we going to play more ball control? And they just got to come together on that. And Pemberton needs to help them, figure that out together. What are we going to do together with this? Neither one of those ideas is wrong. They just got to figure out how to do it together. Nice diagonal pass, cross field. I think that was a handball and not called. Oh, yeah, it was called. Definitely. That was sneaky. That was Yared. Oh, I think he grabbed that ball. That was like a pool move where you grab that ball in your palm. It's almost look like he tried to palm it. That was sneaky.
Great control off the chest.
Yeah, it was awesome. Yeah, the chest play was great, bringing that ball down to his feet.
Or his hand, however way.
Well, the initial chest was great, and
then
down to his whatever, right? I'm not sure which appendage he tries to use after that. Hand. Cole Simmons looking to get that ball the wing to Ewell, and not able to connect on that.
Great recovery, though.
Yeah.
Looked like it could have been a dangerous break there for Nathan Yard, but Cole Simmons tracking back.
Nice idea from Simmons. Again, just not quite working out. Oh, they're going to say clean both ways. The Hornets bench really wanted a penalty on that. Curtis puts it over the top to Amon Lewis with a nice touch, able to save that ball. Looking to take the one-on-one as the double team comes in, and he centers the ball to Dubinsky, who we know has a foot. This time Dubinsky going wide to Simmons.
You with the left foot cross in the box.
Curtis was definitely covered right there. Counterattack now. Oh, this was kind of a lucky call from the sideline referee. The assistant putting his flag up after Yared got tangled up over there.
Yared's been dangerous, not only in the past few minutes, but just the second half. And that's something we talked about before the second half, was moving him over to the wing so he can win those one-on-one matchups and have more scoring opportunities for the Hornets. And there's been a couple times where he's been just inches away from doing that, and that was one of them, bailed out there by the assistant referee on the far sideline.
Agreed. He's got 9 points on the year. Their leading scorer, 4 goals, 1 assist. Leading shot taker as well with 12 shots. 7 of those ending up on goal. So he's a guy that definitely knows how to put the ball in the back of the net, and you can see why. A lot of skill. He's a true freshman. 6 foot, lean player, 140, out of Lake Braddock High School up in Northern Virginia. Warren Moses with the shot over the top of the goalie. Dylan Johnson not able to reach his hand high enough. Backflip from Warren Moses. Mom Deanna at home is cheering. We're all cheering here too. Well done, Warren Moses. Great chip over the top.
All the credit goes to Warren Moses on this one. Reads the defender, intercepts the pass beautifully, turns on the Jets, goes past 3 Hornets defenders, and what control with that chip. Absolute beauty from Warren Moses.
So, splitting the back two with that hard dribble that put the ball past them, and as you said, intercepting it to start with, and then, that's why, coaches love a goalie that's, 6'2", 6'3", because they extend the reach of those goalies with long arms and that extra height. Dylan Johnson's a good goalie, but, that's one of those balls that, you come off your line a little bit, which he needs to do, to cut down the angle. But just a little bit of a touch chip shot with some pace over the top was exactly what was called for in that situation, to put the ball in the back of the net. Warren Moses dialed it up. A lot of skill.
Really nothing Johnson could have done there. Really in the right position, just as you mentioned, just need a couple more inches on there. And Moses couldn't have put it in a better spot. Just a perfect goal there. And don't know if we're going to give the goal or the backflip a better rating.
The backflip was pretty amazing. I hope that gets put on the Instagram. We've got a couple players in here that we haven't called out. Thomas Cordova, a freshman out of Clayton, California, is in the right back. And we also have Kelton Zollinger, freshman from Millville, Utah, a recently returned missionary, playing in the middle of the field. Eamon Lewis stopped that ball from going out of bounds, but not able to keep it from the Hornets' offensive midfielder, Connor Robles.
Great quick throw and a good touch there by Eamon Lewis, and just a little too much on it. It goes all the way to the end line.
And that was dangerous because the Knights had 2 players coming in from the backside that were going to be open if Eamon could have got onto that. Kelton Zollinger was looking to get in, and he was unmarked coming from the midfield. Alec Robertson puts that ball up. 50-50 ball that the Hornets win.
And we knew, Coach, coming into the second half, talking at halftime, it was going to take a play like that to win this game. Just a spark of individual brilliance to win this game that has been really so evenly matched between these two teams that are fighting so hard. And Warren Moses just brings it for the Knights there and able to get them on the board. And now it's the Hornets' turn to try and fight back and claw their way back in this game.
Yeah, it's been a really enjoyable game to watch and call because of the pace of the game, the clean game that it's been. And there's been a lot of skill shown in Warren's skill. He got to push in the back there and no call, no play on. But number 13, Tanner Gonder, takes that ball. Knight's biggest player, Tanner, is. You can see that. We've got a player down over there. That was kind of an awkward play.
Yeah, really both players just fighting hard to the end line. Hornet player just gave a little nudge. Wasn't malicious, just fighting for possession and position. And just with the field, the sideline being so close to that fence line, over there on the far side of the field.
Yeah, he put his shoulder. Curtis, when he got hit on that shoulder, it looked like maybe his head or shoulder ran into the fence post. Both he and Weston Scow were chasing that ball down, and I don't think it was malicious. I think it was number 6, Maynard Menendez, for the Hornets, and he's a big, strong player. Menendez is, and when he put that shoulder down, he's 6'2", 190. And when he put that shoulder down, Curtis went down pretty hard. It would have been, I think, fine had the fence post not been there to say hello. Looks like Curtis is going to be subbed in for.
He has gotten up, though, and obviously hope that it's nothing too serious.
Yeah. Mom Tamara at home. It looks like he's going to be okay. I suppose his dad's a bit worried too, but dads are usually rub some dirt on it and get back up kind of advice. There was Weston Scow and Tanner Gonder running around trying to corral that ball down in the corner. And the Hornets defender, I think it was number 2, Chris Chaplin, says enough of this nonsense and kicks the ball all the way down.
Yeah, sorry, Coach. We have Robledo on the far side of the field now, Callum Mule taking a break, and as you mentioned, Thomas Cordova here on this near side. Good job
nice
there by
turn.
Gonder.
Yeah. Gonder finding Simmons there in the midfield with a great turn. Emma Lewis takes a push from behind. So that was a bit of a domino. Number 16 can't figure out why the penalty is against the Hornets. But Connor Robles went down off of Emma Lewis. But Emma Lewis went down off of the push from the Hornets midfielder. So...
Yeah, and you did see when Connor Robles got up, give a look to his teammate and say, "What are you doing? I was in position." But either way, it's going to be a foul and a free kick, and Maura Moses is going to send it in the box, just not able to get anything under it, though.
Yeah, I don't think that's what he had planned. That was not the kind of driving short kick you wanted.
And this probably isn't what you want either if you're a Knight fan.
Nope.
Leading scorer for the Hornets, attacking, but great recovery from the Knights.
Yeah, they've got numbers back, but this is we've seen really good play out of the Hornets here. Great hesitation move. That was really nice in and out from Connor Robles. Just not able to. He probably needed to look to get the ball across the top of the 6. That looked like it might have been a shot that he was looking for, and he needed to put Weston Scow looking on the run, just not able to get that ball at his feet. Boy, Weston Scow really likes to work. I mean, that kid goes after it. When you come back off of a mission like he has, there's he was in Mexico and then Washington during some of the COVID stuff. You get 2 years away from the ball, and that skill goes down a little bit. But he's worked hard to get himself back in shape. I know he was working at home with Hilton to get themselves ready to come out here. The technical stuff will come as he keeps working, but he's got the drive to keep going, push hard. All those forwards do. Thomas McPoyle before them, and Weston Scow now. I like the way the motor in those guys. Robledo puts the ball back, and the Knights looking to create something up that left wing, and we'll do it over again. Oh, looks like they're going to call the ball off of the Knights. Quick throw into the middle, and there's space here. And over the top ball, that's a great play by Seth Weeks to stop that ball because Yared was in behind him. He was going to be one-on-one with Moses.
And Vavra did a great job there, able to win the ball back for the Hornets.
Yep.
Really, since the goal, haven't seen The game's opened up a little bit, yes, for both teams. There's been more opportunities on the break. But really, it looks like the Hornets are wanting to do everything that they were doing before the goal. They had most of the possession here in the first 15 minutes, 12 minutes of the second half, as there's a great opportunity.
Yared grabs his head, right? He's like, that was me. Away. That was a beautiful ball in. Yared timed it just right. Looks like we got a sub in for Yared. He'll probably come back in with 15 or 12 minutes left in the half.
It looks like it just got caught in between. He jumped and he couldn't really head it anymore because he was too high, and awkward position trying to bring it down off your chest. Really tough because, as you mentioned, great player.
Lewis looking to connect with Webster there and just not able to get the ball to him. Simmons takes a push from behind. Number 15 is not happy. He thinks that Cesar Oriana goes down the field shaking his hands, thinking that the Simmons went down a little too easy. I think he just caught him timing. I think Simmons had jumped in the air, and that's why the push caused a little more chaos than I think probably would have otherwise.
Yeah, and the ref is still talking to the Hornets players, first Oriana, and now looks like the two center backs still complaining, and I get their frustration. They've played well. It's been an even match, and they're down on the scoreboard, and that does happen sometimes. And
not a good first touch by Webster. Gives the ball up, but the defense there to clean it up. Moses scoring goals and cleaning up the mess. Webster with a nice pass to the wing, and they're trying to keep control here, and that's a good look forward, but Westonskow needs to keep coming to that ball.
Yeah, tried to get in between the ball and the man, but just great work by Chris Chaplin.
Yeah, definitely. Coming forward on that was a really good play by him. Westonskow's got to keep coming on a pass that's 25 yards. You got to close the distance on that.
Yeah, especially after Westonskow's done that to him multiple times this first half, even between two defenders, able to use his body and keep possession of the ball.
Corner now for the Hornets. Not many corners in this half for them, so this opportunity is an important one for them. Running a little bit of spaghetti chaos play, and the ball, number 13, I think, loses his mark. That was, I think that was Brandon Shoab, I think. We'll take a double check on that.
Great touch there by Ammon. Oh, just.
I'm not sure if Ammon's hurt. They're calling a play, the ref's calling the ball foul over there. Ammon's still down. Tell you what, I'm not sure that Brandon Shoab is going to get many opportunities better than that off of the corner, and he just went over the top of it.
Well, we have our first yellow card of the game given to number 19, Nicholas Moncadi.
Moncadi, I think, is what we decided to go with on that. That was definitely a yellow card. He's arguing it, but he put his arm in the middle of Ammon's back and just launched him forward. Not much. I mean, it definitely was a foul. It was an awkward turn by Ammon when he put his foot down. I'm not sure what's hurt. He's getting some help off the field. But it was kind of like that. When you're out in the open like that and you throw Ammon to push that ball and he got pushed in the back like that, it's pretty easy call for the ref to make. And I think the kind of out in the open and kind of how hard Ammon went down, it caused the yellow card for the ref and to come out. This is a dangerous place. The Knights, I mean, not a good, Ammon has been one of their best set play guys where he's been around that ball in these set plays. So you hate to lose him. I hope he's going to be okay. Kind of being ginger on that left foot, left leg.
And Cole Simmons set to take this one. We saw him take one at the end of the first half. Got the ball in a dangerous position.
Little chip in, perfect placement. And falling Tanner Gonder had a chance in it, just not able to get the ball down. I think he headed that ball from like a somersault position.
Yeah, tried to flick it on with the back of his head, just kind of got under it. Would have been interesting to see what he could have done if he was able to somehow get a foot on that one and get some more power on it. But great delivery in the box there by Cole.
Yep. Weston Scow out now and replaced by Bodie Rogers, big 6'2" player out of Thatcher, Arizona. He's played some defense before for the Knights and listed actually on the roster as a defender, but tonight he's played up top when he's come in. Knights not able to get Robledo not able to get his foot on the ball and gives up a corner for the Hornets. Last one was really dangerous. Ran that spaghetti motion up top, and Shob able to come free and kicked over the top of that ball. The thing that happened, that ball ended up in a pretty early counterattack for the Knights. Shob worked really hard to get his rear end back and play some defense off of that. He's actually has been playing some in the back, and he worked so hard to get back.
Kind of went with the same idea there. This time just a little shorter and a little further out. Trying to get the ball to Vavra. Did his best to get a shot in a dangerous position, but goes over the goal. And
long diagonal ball that the Knights try to keep in. Rogers trying to chase it down, can't get there in time. Robledo with the header, looking to get to Rogers. That pass up ahead and a touch back looked like it could have generated something for the Hornets, but the Knights, they turn it over, and the Knights, though, return the favor and turn the ball right back.
Yeah, we're definitely seeing both of the wing defenders, the right and left back, stay a lot further back after the goal, not joining the attack as much, trying to play smart and keep that lead.
Yeah, they're playing kind of a four-back, four midfield, putting one up top, and then they're playing with a holding midfielder, playing in front of those two center backs. Definitely more of a defensive-oriented concept. Still the same. They're still pushing guys forward, but yeah, I think you're right. The amount they're getting forward is definitely less.
Yeah, they're choosing their opportunities wisely, which is definitely what you want to see with
12 minutes left. Right.
As they fix the clock.
They fixed the clock, 17 minutes. So that's, I was wondering where that jump came from.
Good job there by Webster.
Webster able to clear that ball off, and then on the corner there, Thomas Cordova able to keep the ball in, the freshman out of Clinton, California. Little acrobatic tumbling from the Knights forward, Bodie Rogers.
Great ball in
Great
behind.
corner ball. Oh. Dylan Johnson playing off his line smartly. I think it's been great play by both goalies. Spencer Young doing very well. John and Christy back home in Mapleton, definitely enjoying that. His grandma Spillner, also there in Mapleton, enjoying it. A lot of family out there. Spencer Young brought his fiance out to Southern Virginia, and she's now a student out here, looking to get married in December, looking to become the fifth Knight that's married. Something that's pretty unique, I think, in the teams here at Southern Virginia University. Most teams have a married player or two, or in this case 4, on the Knights team. I think in the 6 years I was coaching the lacrosse team, I'm not sure we ever played another team that had a married player on the team. Nice ball forward by Robledo.
And Gonder tried to flick that one onto himself. Good defense there, though.
You know, I think we talked about this before, like the Knights forwards running. I think if they were to come across the face of their defenders, they'd have some more opportunities. It looks like the midfielders are looking for those kind of runs. Quick play forward here for the Hornets. Number 16, Connor Robles on that corner. He's shown some real skill on that corner, but good defense from Cordova to clean that up, and it does result in a corner kick for the Hornets.
Yeah, you're right. He really has, Connor Robles, been the dangerous player over the past 10 minutes as we see a player go down. I think that was Cordova there.
Well, you know why Robles is so good, don't you? I mean, it's clear that coming from South Lakes High School, he's been trained well. Not only is he handsome. Oh, what nice ball. Wow, that was a perfect ball in. I think that was Vavra on the header. Was it? Or was it Oriana?
No, Oriana sent the ball in.
Yeah.
Beautiful ball.
That was really a nice ball in. Vavra, the Hornet player coming across, met that thing and just tipped it over his head. Like he barely skimmed over the top of his head. I mean, it was kind of like it was curling in, and Variana just got to that thing, tipped it up. He didn't really redirect it left or right. He just kind of put it up a little bit and allowed the curve to take it in.
That's all you have to do with those in-swinging balls from the corners or from the set pieces as well. Just get enough on it to redirect it towards goal, and the pace from the kick will do the rest, and it knocks this game back up at 1.
Yeah, that was an excellent play. That's why you got to push it forward and create those opportunities. Here the Knights have a dangerous opportunity with the ball 10 yards outside the 18. And Cole Simmons looking to put that ball in. He takes a shot on this one. And a bit ambitious.
Yeah. Yeah, and I'm sure we'll see Nathan Yared come in for the Hornets here soon, as now this game's knotted up at 1 with 14 minutes remaining. And for the Knights, you'd normally see Ammon Lewis probably and Sean Curtis come back in, but both of those two on the sideline dealing with some type of injury. We're not sure exactly what's going on. And that might hurt the Knights moving forward here with these last 13 and a half minutes remaining.
All right. Oriana, who had the assist on that goal, is off. Subbed in is number 32, who is usually normally number 11. That's Matt Buckler, freshman from La Plata, Maryland. Comes in playing kind of a holding midfielder, center midfielder role.
What I love to see is these forwards still working so hard, all of them that have played today, and Cole doing some great work to somehow keep the ball, just not able to get enough power on that shot. By design, normally, he's doing that work in Cordova as a freshman. The other wing players, the back, would have been forward on that. He would have had somebody on the right wing to put that ball to. And they didn't have anybody to put that ball to on that wing, and did a lot of fancy footwork and just was not able to get that shot where he wanted. Dubinsky now putting the ball in the middle of the field as they go inside out. And Simmons puts the ball back. Excellent ball to the wing. Peyton with the ball on his foot. Hesitation with a shot off the bar, off the goalie's back, and out to the wing, and it gets cleaned up by number 25 for the Hornets, Matthew Allen. Well, you can't get, and a yellow card comes out. That was a late tackle. I think it's probably an appropriate card. Late tackle there on Simmons. What a shot by Webster. Yeah, and what a move. Fakes the pass. At least we'll say he faked the pass. The ball might have gotten caught in his feet a little bit. Either way, defender went with the runner on the outside. He takes a step, puts the ball where he wants it, and puts a great shot.
Right.
Just a little unfortunate that it didn't catch the underside of the bar.
And then going off the back of Dylan Johnson, it could have gone right back into the goal. You see that in hockey all the time. Payson Webster, I like the way that they've been able, with the defenders that they brought in. He used to have to play more of a center back position, and now he can play more of a holding, get aggressive. He's a real strong, he's worked hard in the weight room, strong, thick player, and he's able to control the middle of the field with his size, and he's got good footwork, so this is more of a natural position for him than the center back position. Off of that yellow card, Webster able to get his head on the ball. And now he's taking another run forward. Gets another chance. Doesn't quite get enough on it, but a great chance nonetheless.
Yeah, it looks like it might have taken a little bit of a deflection off the defender to take some of the pace off that ball. But again, great job by Webster in the middle of the pitch, as you were saying.
The goal scored by the Hornets is offensive to Webster. He's decided that the Knights need to win this game. Here he is again. Nice ball forward and a great turn. Just a little bit too much of a tap by Rogers. Looked like that turn was going to result in him shielding off the player, the defender, and turning and getting a run forward with the ball. But got a little toe tap on it and just put the ball back to one of the Hornets' middle backs.
And you just get the feeling, Coach, that there's more to come out of this game. We're going to have another goal here as we have 11 minutes now, under 11 minutes remaining here in this game. As we'll have some substitutions being made, and one of those being Nathan Yared coming back in.
Right. Yared back in. I think you're right, Adam. I think this is, we're 1-1, 10 minutes left in the game. We'll go into overtime if we don't result in a goal here, and Moses coming hard after that throw-in and puts a knee into Yared's thigh. It's not no penalty called from the ref. Yared holding that right leg as Moses came hard after that throw-in.
Yeah, interesting point that we haven't brought up. This is the 11th meeting between these two teams, and overall record is 4-4-2. So dead even split since the two teams started playing in 1998, Coach, first matchup. And even the last matchup between these two teams back in 2019 went into overtime, game-winning goal by Zach Martin, who we know well.
Yeah.
Scored it in overtime, rips off the jersey celebration, and really that's kind of been the case with tonight as well. It's going to come down to another piece of brilliance like we saw with Warren Moses.
Yep. And Zach Martin on the sideline now. He left SVU for a semester and is back on the sideline looking to get back on the field next semester. Nice ball forward for the Knights results in a foul being called on the Hornets. Maybe could have got a yellow out of that. It looked like a similar play to the yellow card issued before. Ball put up nice and high. And a perfect play by Payson Webster deserves that goal. He decided that this game was not going to end in a 1-1 tie. I don't know if it's going to end in a 2-2 tie or anything else, but Webster knew it wasn't going to end in a 1-1 tie.
And you got to love this, celebrating with his teammates on the side of the field there. And you're right, Coach. Since he's been brought back in after the Hornets scored that goal, he's just taken over the game and just willing his way for his team to get a goal, and it happens to be him. Off a beautiful ball again from Cole Simmons. That's his third really good ball that he sent in, and finally the Knights able to take advantage of it off the head of Payson Webster.
You know, he lost his mark and came in there kind of untouched, placed it perfectly across, goalie Dylan Johnson come out. I mean, he had no hope. There was nothing Dylan Johnson could do about that. That is not Dylan Johnson's fault. That was the fact that he got a run across the face of his defender, was unmarked. Nice 1-2 play here by the Hornets on the counterattack. Put the ball across to Yared, who slips and falls. But a nice opportunity with an equalizing goal from number 18. A great shot. That was Jason Acosta, who puts the ball off the left post as Spencer Young dove across, not able to get his hand on it. What a great counter from the Hornets to knot this game at 2.
And now you see the Hornets celebrating on their sideline. Gotta love it. Beautiful finish.
Yeah, that ball was headed for Yared, who slipped, and Acosta comes back, grabs that ball, brings it a horizontal back from where the ball came from, and gets a great right-handed rip off that and puts it. I mean, Spencer Johnson used all of his 6-foot length to get there and not able to reach across, barely missed it. I mean, that ball was put as perfectly as you could get it.
Yeah. Yeah, and does a great job with his body control. That's so hard to, one, get enough pace on that shot from looked like he was kind of standing off his back foot, and then getting it right where you want it, and he just got a combination of the two. And before I mentioned that we were going to see some more goals, and we've seen 2 now, and there's still 8 minutes remaining here in this second half of play.
Right, let's see which of the 2 teams is able to counter now.
Good
Webster looking
there
to fight there on the wing, and that was good defense from number 25, Matt Allen. Shuts that run down by Payson. Dylan Johnson clears that ball out to midfield. Battle between the 2 midfielders. And there we see Cordova put the ball all the way down. Weston Scow, who's back in, looking to play a little 1-2. Zollinger, good tackle from behind, keeps the ball at his feet. And foul called on Payson. Webster. Payson Webster, hands on top of his head. He has worked hard. And he's not, he's not a Weston Scout kind of body type. I mean, he's a big, strong, thick player. And, when you put that much effort and get up and go back and forth, that'll wear on you when you are that size. He's a 5'10", 200. Good job by Cordova to get that ball out. Now the throw in by Allen. Tip up over the top. Cordova does his best to keep the ball from going out. A little push in the back, but no call on Allen. Simmons disagrees. Referee doesn't care. And the ball goes out of bounds. A lot of push in the back. Vavra gives a little clap to Moses, saying, good job, good effort. I like that physical play.
Yeah, that's the thing we have seen from the ref is it's been pretty consistent both ways.
Yeah, I've been happy. I think if you ask the bench of the Hornets, they might say that he's favored the Knights in some of his calls, but I feel like it's been pretty clean both ways in terms of consistency from his calls, which is what you're looking for. Good handles by Cordova, putting that ball to Simmons. They go back and forth. Robertson looked to go a long diagonal there and not quite able to get the ball far enough, but the Hornets can't control it. Is number 16, very good player, Robles. From where? I can't remember where he's from. Do you remember where he's from? Can't remember. Our audience probably knows. Maybe they remember. Hey, not many times I get to talk about South Lake's alum out here, so I'm just milking it. Can't blame me, can you?
No.
So the Knights here facing a throw-in. As Allen's got an arm on that thing. He'll put that ball quite a ways. Webster with a nice ball to Simmons, and Simmons taking 2 touches to control it. Westensow coming across the front of his defender. Looks like Zollinger might have touched that with his hand. Trying to play a little 1-2 with Westenskow on the side with 4.5 minutes left in the game. Dangerous opportunity for the Hornets here. You can see why that Yared is their top scorer. He plays physical and strong. He wants the ball. He's tenacious. Doesn't quite come up with it in that fight with Seth Weeks, but good player. Cordova with a nice ball across the middle. Good diagonal ball with Knights runners not able to come down on it.
Yeah, really unfortunate there.
Good chances being generated both ways right now by both teams. Cordova with a little stop and start, a little too much on that second touch, and ball kicked out of bounds off of the Hornets, and we'll have a throw in for the Knights. Play pause, though, for a substitute. You know, the night with Ammon Lewis and Curtis out, those 2 injuries have been, I think, really big for the Knights.
Yeah.
They missed those 2 players. The Payson Simmons coming in, the Payson variety. Fight down at the end line. Little extracurriculars going on afterwards, and they call a goal kick in the end. We're under 3 minutes now. And Adam, when you watch the play, who stood out for you? I mean, I think in the second half here, we've loved the play of Webster. And it feels like Webster and Yared have been the 2 kind of MVPs for the teams, but in separate halves. Yared hasn't done nearly as much in this half as he did in the first.
Yeah, I think the thing with Yared is he just draws so much attention from the back line that just opens up so many doors and opportunities for his teammates. And that's what he's been able to do throughout this whole game. But yes, Webster been awesome here in the second half. The back line also for the Knights, those 2 center backs especially, have been great dealing with Yared and also Vavra. Just the attacking force that the Hornets have. It's just been a fun game to watch. Both sides working hard and a lot of skill.
Robledo gets tied up there with number 16, Robles. Robles thinking there was a penalty there, but I think their feet. Robles was behind as if you're going to put Pace and Webster down on the ground, you've got some strength to you. Westenskow saving that ball from going out of bounds, looking to cross it. Volley shot there from Simmons and just not able to. That's a tough shot to volley.
Yeah, and you can kind of see the tired legs now on both sides.
Did we get a? I don't know what the ref. I don't think he pulled the card out.
It looked like he might have there.
Did he?
For Matthew Allen, don't really remember what he went back for, but let play go on and hands out a yellow card just now, and we're going to have a substitution here in the final minute here.
Payson gets a well-deserved rest. Payson Webster off. Number 15 for the Knights, Brandon Victory comes in. It's his first work of the evening. Going to play that middle back spot. Shout out to Frank and Sonny out there in Delaware. I'm sure they're watching both their boys out here. Frank, a soccer coach himself in Delaware, high school.
Pretty good header there from Warren.
This is a great push forward by the Hornets. Yar had looked to pull that ball and stop the push forward and got caught from behind, and the ball got kicked right to Spencer Young. Spencer with a sky-high punt that Moses takes advantage of. A ball just off the back of the defender from Zollinger, but they're going to call a hold. The ref putting that ball, calling that hold.
It might have been a handball.
Is that what he's calling?
The hand was behind the back. Really hard to tell from up
Now he's
here.
stopping the clock with 11 seconds left, pulls out the yellow card for arguing as number 6 continues to argue with him. That's Maynard Menendez. The Knights now with 11 seconds in the half, a golden opportunity.
Yeah, we thought the Payson Webster goal might have been that walk-off goal as he scored with 8 minutes remaining. This really would be the ultimate walk-off goal here if Cole is able to find the back of the net with this shot.
I'm surprised at how many Knights are behind the ball here. They're putting 4 back behind the ball. You'd think they'd kind of push everybody forward. There's only one Hornet. Shot taken, puts off just to the left side of the goalie. Dylan Johnson able to get his feet on it. Corner made, but the clock's running out, and I don't think that the Knights will have time to put a corner kick in. And this thing will go to overtime.
We didn't get enough soccer, Coach. This has been a fun one, and we get some bonus soccer here.
Bonus soccer's always required. We'll take it anytime we can get it. That time, Dylan Johnson able to get a beat on that ball as it got around the left side of the wall as he looked at it. Not quite enough pace to sneak it inside that left upright. But it was a pretty valiant effort by Simmons.
Yeah, and a great save. You mentioned it, Coach. He had to travel a long way. Not a ton of pace, like you said. Gave him enough time to get over, but still a tough save. Also the bounce right in front of him.
Yeah. Kind of a weird ball. If he had been able to put some pace on that and maybe get it up in the air, he could have snuck that in around the wall. As it is, we have, I think, probably 5 minutes between overtime, end of the game and overtime. And we are excited here in Central Virginia, Buena Vista, the home of your SVU Knights. Here at the stadium, you can see a lot of our students have joined in those that were here for the first half. We added in attendance, I believe. Good time out here. If you're one of our students at home watching in the dorms, go ahead and make your way over here and come join us for overtime and cheer the Knights on. I'm looking down there and I'm seeing a little chase going on. We got a little gotcha game going at here at SVU with squirt guns. Little giant game of round robin tag that will result in some rewards if you happen to be the last man or woman standing. My daughter happened to win one of the last ones. So the Wintertons are known as gotcha fiends. We're ninjas.
Yeah, and heading into the overtime period here, Coach, really not sure what adjustments are going to be made by either coaching staff. Both teams really looked pretty good. The game was wide open. We might want to, both coaches probably don't want it to be that wide open, especially now here in overtime where you get scored on and it's over.
Yeah, when you look at the stats, the Knights coming away with 13-10 on shots, and 6-4 with shots, or 8-6 with in favor of Shenandoah with shots on goal. And I agree with you. I thought that was a little bit of more of a wide open half, but I would think that Yaris wants to get involved a little bit more in this game. And the Knights have specifically, as you mentioned, Adam, marked him pretty strong. And Coach, the SVU coaching staff has done a good job, I think, in the second half of shutting down the forward combination compared to what we were seeing in the first half. I think he came across, he goes, here's what, I think he helped him understand what they were trying to do up there. And we saw a bit more of a concerted effort from the Knights to shut down that combination play of the forwards. And also, let's make sure they're, clearly they're marking Yaras. And so this more play has come from the midfield of the Hornets in this second half. And I think that was probably from the adjustments that were made by the Knights coaching staff. That being said, I feel like the Knights had a little bit more connection over the top. They had some really good 1-2 plays, especially from the younger players. With Ammon out, Curtis is so much of their offense. He generates a lot. And him going down with that freak play where he runs into the post, I hope he's okay. They've got a couple. I mean, if you look at Mello not in, when you look at Curtis out as well as Lewis, those are three of the most dynamic players that can get on the field for the Knights.
Yeah, interesting to note, Coach, that we've had 4 goals in this game, 2 coming from set pieces, 1 from each team, and the other goal from each team just being a moment of brilliance.
Yep.
First from Warren Moses for the Knights to get the scoring going with a beautiful chip. And then for the Hornets, Jason Acosta. That shot. Putting a great shot. And the only place it could have been. If it's a little more inside, Spencer Young, I think, gets a hand on it and pushes it out, but he just hits the post and finds the back of the net. So really just been a fun game to watch, and we're going to have the first 10 minutes of overtime here. We do have Callum Mule back in here on this near side at left back for the Knights. We didn't see him for most of that second half. We do have him back for overtime now.
Yeah, they had put Robledo back there and left him to kind of cover and face off against number 16, Connor Robles, and now Yule back in.
Yeah, Robledo has gone back to that right back position on the far side of the field now.
Nice look for that combination from Vavra to the other up top forward, Acosta.
And Warren Moses still in the game, this time at a forward position, though, as he tries to send that kick forward quickly. So
it was a good idea, just didn't quite put the ball where number 13 making the run, Gonder, could find it. Again, yeah. Gonder, big player, 6'5", not a bad idea to put that ball up to him.
So Brandon Victory still at the back, kind of taking Warren Moses' spot at center back, joining Weeks at that center back pairing. And Moses, that lone center forward now, going to rely on Gonder and Cole Simmons and Weston Scow to join him in the attack, but they'll also get back in defense as well.
Ball put up on this set piece, and Ewell able to head that ball forward, still banging around, and Vavra with an opportunity and puts the ball just over the top left corner of the ball of the goal. That was, that was kind of like Merry Christmas. Here's the ball at your feet. He took advantage of the opportunity and got off a really good shot.
Yeah, and that's Vavra's second opportunity that if the ball is just a couple yards closer to the center of the field, I think he puts him in the back of the net. Yep. He just has that skill. He's just a little off balance, especially on that one, but puts on a great shot and really dangerous opportunity there.
He doesn't seem like a sophomore, a COVID sophomore to me, the way he plays. Out of Northern Virginia, out of Yorktown High School, probably played on some really good club teams up there in Northern Virginia. I'm sure he's had some real experience playing at the club and high school level. Knights turn it over there. Vavra able to find his mate, number 18 on the forward, Acosta.
Yeah, and those turnovers in the middle of the pitch are really going to be deadly, especially in this overtime period when both teams are trying to get forward quickly to get that game-winning goal.
So there you had number 19, Nicholas Moncati. Again, sorry, Mom, don't know how to pronounce it. With good play, carrying that ball across the middle of the field. And he got taken down, a little 1-2 action, a little high-low action, and the ref stops the play. And it looks like we'll have Vavra taking this set piece. That ball sneaks through. Yara, that ball had 2 touches out in front of Spencer. He didn't get his hands on either one, and neither of the shots were really that good, but it looked about as dangerous as anything that's come across the front of the Knights' net today. During the whole thing, you had Seth Weeks on the ground. Looks like he might be hurt a little bit. Gets a hand up from his teammate. Looks like he's going to be able to stay in the game. And the ref, in the end, the ref called a foul right there, and Spencer Young will take the kick, pass it over to Weeks. Still a little bit of a hitch in his get-along.
Yeah, through the...
Nice diagonal pass.
A great pass.
And Robledo brings it down with good skill. Moses looking to backheel that to his teammate, Simmons. Simmons puts it across the front of the cage, and it looks like we're going to get a corner kick as the Tanner Gonder coming forward as a midfielder screens the defender. And here we got another chance.
Yeah, and really the first time that the Knights are going to have the ball in the attacking third, they'll make a sub. Probably a pretty good one to make.
I'll take this. I'll take Payson Webster any day.
And you got Cole heading over to take it.
Nice.
Could be another game-winning combination, as we saw the goal scored there in the second half. But as I was saying, really, Hornets, the only ones to have a goal-scoring opportunity here in overtime, definitely being the aggressors. And this is going to be the first time that the Knights will have a scoring opportunity here in this overtime period.
Simmons drives the ball to Webster. Webster not able to get a clean foot on it. Half volley taken from 10 yards outside the 18 by Payson Simmons. And ball goes right to Dylan Johnson, and he punts the ball a little bit off the side of his foot. Robles able to get his foot on it, puts it back to his teammate, Moncati, and we'll just call him Nicholas and go with that. We'll pretend we're on a first-name basis.
Another foul going to be called there.
Yeah, Brandon Victory went to do a standing tackle on that, and ball got kicked around him, and then the Hornet player ran over the top of his foot and went down. Lights go off on the adjacent field. I'm not sure the field hockey team's happy with that. All right, ball put up in the middle here. Spenny goes up, takes that ball, looks to push his team forward. Early punt forward as he looks to have Gonder run underneath that ball. And Gonder's there. Strong player puts it forward to Moses, and Moses has a chance. Stops the ball, looks to cross it. That was nice play by the Knights, both from Gonder and from Moses. Good connection. Moses was looking back across to find Simmons. Couldn't quite get the ball there, and the Hornets clear the ball out.
Yeah, Moses put on the brakes there.
Little whoop whoop. 3 minutes left just under 3 minutes left in this overtime period. If it still ends in a tie here, we'll switch sides of the field and do a second 10-minute overtime period. Webster goes up, nice headed forward.
This isn't the player you want breaking at the goal. Good recovery there by Victory, though, showing off the speed.
Double team action from the Knights. They got players back. Simmons intercepts that pass. I definitely thought that Acosta was going to be able to have an angle to get that ball inside the defense, and he just didn't.
Yeah, not a great first touch. Kind of pushed himself out a little too wide, but I agree. Victory turning on the Jets there.
You like to see that, it takes that kind of effort. If the Knights are going to win this, it's going to take those kind of effort plays.
Another good cross-field pass.
Right. Robles on the ball with a flick in. Gondar trying to chase the ball down. It stays in. Good effort. Yaris now on the ball. Gondar chases him down. Webster looks to get a touch and misses it. Nice handles from Victory. And the Knights will reset as the ball goes back to Spencer Young.
Yeah, if you're the Knights, having the ball with under a minute and a half remaining and a lot of players forward, just really don't want to turn the ball over in the middle of the pitch here. And a good ball sent in behind. Cole Simmons able to get on the end of it.
And Webster did a great job putting that ball to the corner. Great. Simmons looking to create. Ball goes out of bounds. Flag goes up. And it's going to be called a goal kick. Simmons and the defender for the Hornets, Chris Chaplin, shake hands. And
good
sportsmanship. Yeah, go ahead.
Good sportsmanship and good individual effort there by Cole, trying to do whatever he can to get the ball in a dangerous position. And as of right now, looks like we're going to be heading to a second period of overtime.
This ball put forward. Seth Weeks doing all he can to keep it off the foot of number 18, Robles. Oh, sorry, Acosta. And then Robles on the ball. Good 1-2. The cross is there. And an amazing finish by Yaris, who takes the shirt off. Opposite finish of what we saw 2 years ago. Great cross by Robles. Yaris there. Deflects it in the corner. If you're a Knights fan, you're really bummed. If you're a Knights player, you're really bummed. But that's a great play. That is a great finish with 14 seconds left in the first overtime period.
That might have been a little bit of a commentator's curse there, Coach. We spoke a little too soon, but can't take anything away from this Hornets team who you mentioned going into this overtime period. We were going to see more from Nathan Yared. He had more to give in this game, and he does just that with a beautiful finish. Really just a wonderful game of soccer that we were able to watch and take part of here tonight.
I agree. This was an excellent home game for the Knights, treating the fans to something special. We definitely see the promise of both of these teams. Both are young teams. The Hornets, I think, even younger than the Knights, and the Knights are pretty young. So there's a lot to look forward for both of these teams. I'd be surprised if the Hornets finished 11th in the ODAC. I think they got a lot going for them. Certainly well coached. Great to see the Knights with their scoring. They'd had a trouble scoring recently, putting in 2 good goals with a lot of opportunities in this game. It's a shame that it finishes this way for the Knights, but there's a lot to build on from this. And, when they go into conference play, I think they got a great shot of doing really well.
Yeah, just able to fight back, the ability of the Hornets to fight back and get the W, and also the Knights able to fight on even after some injuries. So a lot of things to look forward to, as you were mentioning, Coach, and we look forward to seeing the Knights play again at home here, I believe.
On Saturday.
On Saturday, yes.
Yeah, join us again. We have a doubleheader for you this Saturday. Games are going to be at, I think, 1 o'clock for the football game. Tune in for that against LaGrange, the first football USA South game, the new conference that we're in. And then there'll be a men's and women's game to follow. So come and join us for that. We appreciate everybody that's joined us here at Knight Stadium from across the country, from supporters of both teams. I'm Scotty Winterton, and joined by my good friend and commentator Adam Peterson, and we look forward to seeing you again soon.